What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here. This is Supergirl Season 1, Episode 18, World's Finest. This is the Flash crossover, the one I've been looking forward to. Overall, I have to say that on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like I loved it, it was amazing, it was great, and 1 being it sucked, I hated it, I would give it about a 6, because there were some clever things, and then there were some really cheesy things. Like the fact that this is coming from a different, like, one of the things that I was really thinking about was, how is this going to work? One, because it feels like it feels like Supergirl and Superman are the only two superheroes on this planet. The way everybody's talking, it doesn't feel like there are any other people, that we know about. How is that possible? And the other thing is that the tone is so different between the CW shows and Supergirl. And on the top of that, they're on different networks completely. So to have crossovers would be really confusing and really hard to keep up with. So the fact that this is a Barry Allen from a different universe than Supergirl is like, that's great. Because one, that means it explains why we haven't had a crossover before. It explains why she doesn't know about any of the other heroes, why it's just her and Superman, because there are different universes and stuff. And, on a TV show level, that's why the tone is different. So I like that fact. I like the fact that he is from a different universe. This is, the Flash, and he's broke the dimensional barrier, and now he's on a different Earth, which, I'm not watching the Flash. I'm not caught up on it. I've seen the first season. So not knowing what's going on there, and I kind of checked over there to see what's going on, and it looks like he is bouncing around between these different dimensions. So it does make sense that he would end up on this Earth. So that's pretty clever. I like the whole Jimmy thing in this one was kind of if you've watched my reviews before, I'm not the biggest fan of how they're handling the relationship stuff on the show. But I like the Flash's input, because Supergirl is a fairly new superhero, and Barry Allen has been at this for almost 2 years in TV show time. But it does make sense that he kind of has a bit more insight than Supergirl would, as far as superheroing, as far as relationship stuff. At one point, he's like, "Look, you need. I know this is ironic coming from me, but you need to slow things down as far as superheroing, and then as far as Jimmy, you need to speed things up." It's nice to see that he does have that bit of insight, and he does get to, sort of bring an element to Supergirl that we haven't really experienced before, because, she's just ready to just fly in and fight whoever it is, and most of the time, whenever she does that in the show, it's like, she'll fly there, and then she'll get beat the first time, and then the second time she flies in, okay, now she... if you go to Arrow and The Flash, they can't just go running in. They can't just, let's go, take off and try to fight whoever... No, they can't do that because, they'll die. Supergirl, if she flies in, most of the time the people that she's fighting don't try to kill her. I know that sounds weird because some of them, do try to kill her, but it's almost like the show is so lighthearted that even when she's losing a battle, it doesn't feel like she's about to die. It feels like they're just gonna fly away or something, like stay down, or she'll fly away before she dies. So even if she does lose the battle, she doesn't die. Whereas Flash and Arrow, it feels very much like if they lose, they're gonna die. So it's interesting to see Flash sort of bring that side of it, bring that mindset of, look, we need to think this through. We need to make sure we go in with a plan. And she's just like, nah, come on, let's go. And then they end up getting beaten, and they have to retreat. Hopefully that does kind of stick with Kara. I can't just go flying in, hoping to save the day. Sometimes I do have to really think about how to stop this person. I need to go in with the mindset of, what's the plan? I can't just, okay guys, let's go, punch, 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 yay. That's not always going to work. Um, and it will bring an aspect to the show that is really lacking right now, which is thinking it through. Like there were a couple episodes early on where it felt like all she had to do was just go in, punch, 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 win. And then there were a couple where she actually, I think the Toy Maker was one, where she couldn't just go in and punch, 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 win. She actually had to think it through. She had to think about, okay, what do I need to do now? What's the best, plan of action for this? So it's good to see that, the Flash is able to bring some of that more grounded thinking. Now, that being said, I did love the crossover. There were still some very cheesy parts, which is, it's bound to happen in the show because it's Supergirl, it's CBS. CBS generally has some cheese in most of its shows. You think about NCIS, a lot of cheese. But that's enjoyable cheese. This Supergirl has been a bit frustratingly annoying cheese. Anyway, the final battle was kind of, yeah. Like, I don't know. I love the fact that it took more than just one episode to win the people back after the one where she, after she turned bad, I was worried they were just going to have Cat Grant make a video like, okay, everybody, Supergirl was just, she got affected by some stuff, but now she's good again, so you can trust her, and then everybody was going to be like, oh, okay, Supergirl. No, the last episode, had her kind of dealing with the fact that people didn't really trust her anymore. People weren't really accepting of her help because of what happened. I like that. This episode, even, there were still some people that were, she's dealing with the fact that people don't trust me, and the Flash is like, I had to deal with that too. It just took some time. It took some time for them to trust me. So, you need to take some time. And then right after he says that, at the end of this episode, Livewire goes to shoot down a helicopter. Supergirl gets in the way, gets shocked, which I'm confused. Like, I thought the electricity really didn't affect her that much. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I thought that she was supposed to be immune to that. But yeah, so after she does that, the people crowd around her. We have a Spider-Man 2 moment where the people go to help the superhero. And they all get, she was willing to die for us. And then the firefighters show up and shoot down Livewire with water hoses. I'm like, okay, really? Really? Because here's the thing. With this epic superhero team-up of Supergirl and The Flash, I thought to myself, okay, so how are they going to work together? Are they going to combine the Flash's speed with Supergirl's strength and speed and, make it where they... No. The firefighters show up and save the day. Really? Really? You're going to have an epic superhero team up and then not have them save the day? I just got done watching the first season of The Flash, and they had it was The Flash, Firestorm, and Arrow showed up to stop the Reverse Flash, and they stopped the Reverse Flash. It wasn't like they teamed up and then Caitlin came out of nowhere and shot him with a dart. No, they worked together and they stopped the bad guy. Because that's what you want in a superhero team-up. You want the superheroes to work together, save the day. You don't want the firefighters to come out of nowhere and spray her down. We got her, Supergirl. Let us help you now. What are you thinking? What is... It's frustrating. Because there was some good stuff. There was some good stuff in this episode. I love the team-up. Some of the jokes even were landing in this one where normally they don't. It was good, and then the final scene just completely negated all of it and said, okay, yeah, I know we have the Flash, but neither of them are going to save the day. Somebody else is going to go do it. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to us? So yeah, that was frustrating. It was frustrating to see them finally get the team up, and then the Flash gets stopped, and Supergirl gets stopped, and then the firefighters show up and spray. and done. Really frustrating. So the fact that they didn't get the chance to save the day, and the fact that after that good talk with Flash about, oh, it takes some time, it takes some time for them to earn it. At the end of this episode, oh, we trust you again. Yeah, it'll take some time. Like maybe later on today, they'll trust you again. Really? You're just negating everything in this episode. Okay, not everything, but most of the stuff. The good talk with Flash, the fact that Flash is there to help save the day, and even the fact that the Flash showed up and saved Kara at the beginning. It was like, well, that was completely pointless because she's Supergirl, she doesn't need saving. But come on, I don't know. Not that the show hasn't made some stupid decisions before, but the thing about those stupid decisions was it ruined the episode. This one didn't ruin the episode, so that's why overall I'm giving it a 6, because as stupid as those decisions were, as stupid as the final fight scene was, it was still a good episode. It was still enjoyable. Like I said, the jokes were really landing today. I mean, the Flash just brings this personality that is just funny. When he's talking, and I shouldn't have said that. It's like he talks too fast, and then ends up regretting what he said. There was a little bit of a back and forth between Barry and Winn that was really enjoyable. Like when they're talking about the sciencey stuff, and Winn's just like he's just so happy somebody else understands the science stuff. So that was enjoyable. Cat Grant knowing that that Barry was the Flash was kind of like. On the one hand, I get it because she also did figure out that Kara was Supergirl. It took her seeing Kara and Supergirl in the same room, which Jean Johns was acting as Supergirl. It took her seeing that to convince her that Kara was not Supergirl. So I guess it does sort of make sense that she would figure it out. At the same time, though, it does make you wonder how, even after that scene. And the fact that everybody saw the Martian Manhunter changing into a man, it does make you wonder how she hasn't asked more questions of Kara going forward. Like it just I don't know. Anyway, but at the end, Barry and Supergirl work together. Supergirl uses her speed plus her strength, throws him faster, and then opens up a dimension, and he goes through it. So. Yeah, pretty good end. And on top of that, it does kind of, it does kind of leave room for, what if we go further with this? Connecting the two dimensions. It was, pretty good ending for this, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, near the end, I was just like, okay, so. She's gonna do that, and then that's gonna happen, and yeah, that's all we need to know. Anyway, the final scene where Jimmy shows up, they're playing the cheesy chick music. That's the only thing I can think to call it now. Like they always, or not always, almost always end with this music where it's kind of slow and soft, and there's a woman singing, and I'm just like, as soon as it started up and she's in her apartment, I'm just like, okay, so Jimmy's gonna show up and they're finally gonna get together. Kind of. Honestly, she and Jimmy started talking, then they kiss, and then Jimmy's got this blank look on his face. I'm like, it's not Jimmy. It's not Jimmy. It's some. And then he starts walking out, and then people are also walking like, oh, it is Jimmy. Okay, they're being mind controlled. I get it. And so they're, I think there are 2 episodes left. IMDb says there's only 20. I don't know if that's true or not. So hopefully this is like the final 2 episodes are going to be about this myriad thing, whatever they're planning. Hopefully it's going to be intense. It's going to be action packed. We're going to get to see, Supergirl fighting Non, and all of this stuff going on. We're going to find out what this myriad thing is. Whatever it is, it's drawing all the people, all the humans to it. So that's curious, but yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. So overall, interesting episode, enjoyable at times, frustrating at times, but at least it wasn't all frustrating like some of the earlier episodes. So good to see. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. What do you think of this episode? What are you excited for going into the last two episodes? What did you like most about this one? And leave a like and subscribe for more Supergirl. I'll see you at the next review. Peace out.